anybody who wishes to be a lawyer will get a certification. So hard skill is something that is academically related. But whereas soft skills are something that has to be psychologically inculcated. No matter how much ever we teach you, your behavior, your listening skills, your etiquettes, all matters only when you imbibe it, right? Am I right? Yeah. Yes. So what do we mean by communication? Most of us have this confusion that language and communication is same. I'm very sorry to say that they both are completely different. Communication is a skill. Just because you cannot communicate in English, that doesn't mean you have poor communication skills. Okay, you might be good in communicating Kannada, or you might be very good in communicating Hindi, French, Spanish. No matter what language you speak, if you are able to speak, that is communication skills. Got it? So the first notion, just take it from your mind that language and communication are same. No, language is an art, whereas communication is a skill. Okay, so why do we need since English is a global language, since we need it probably for the for the sake of job, or you want to be recognized internationally, even wherever you go you need English has become food for us. So for that you have to improve communications in English language. Okay, but do not underestimate yourself. Because you do not know English, that doesn't mean that you're weak in communication skills. Okay, is the first point very clear to everyone? So communication and language are completely different entity. Okay, so what are communication? Communication is not just talking, right? Definitely we need language to communicate, but there are few etiquettes also that we have to keep it in mind while communicating. It might be non-verbal skills. Okay, non-verbal skills is like if I stand and talk on Shakespeare without making any impression in my speech, does it sound impressing? No, I have to use my hands. I have to have body language. I have to have eye contact for that, right? So that is also very, very important, and it is one of the aspects of communication. Okay, so you can improve communication only by listening. So when I started learning French, the first thing my tutor told me, my trainer told me is, it's not enough to attend weekend classes or weekly twice. Along with that, the rest 4 days you have to put an effort watching movies, listening to videos related to French. It might be routine dialogues, daily dialogues. Probably you enter a shopping mall, and then how do you communicate there? So everything, whatever the activities that we do, daily, has to be, we have to understand the root of the language. Only then you will get French. The same with English also. Why do we face difficulty in learning English as a second language? Because it is not our mother tongue. The first thing. Okay, we cannot dream in English. We have to dream in our own language, that is Kannada, Hindi, whatever we speak, right? The same. Only when you put extra effort, you'll be able to communicate in English. Other than that, you can definitely communicate in Kannada or whichever language, is comfortable with you. So what are the tips to improve communication? Since I've told it in the beginning that soft skills are something that has to be psychologically inculcated. Despite me talking to you for an hour, or taking, if at all we plan for a workshop, no matter how much ever I try to teach you, only when you take it and learn it, you will be able to perform that. Otherwise, it's not something degree that you earn. Even I got certification from ILA, that certified soft skill trainer. But if I do not apply the skills that I have learned from ILA, it will definitely be wasted. So how to build an effective communication, right? Do you have anything to ask before I start this, students? Did you all understood? Did you all understood? Shall I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, before communicating, it's very important to build trust, right? Develop trust. Probably that is within you or with whom you're talking to. Okay. The second important aspect is learn to listen when somebody is talking, right? For example, I and Imran have attended lots of debate competition. We have participated. We have seen most of them that once they are done with their competition or participation, they are out of the room. So there, you won't be able to learn anything or give something to others. So learn to listen, even though you're done with your participation. Make sure you sit there and listen to others. Only then your communication will improve. Okay, if I'm able to communicate or tell or introduce 5 important words or new words to you people, that is something which you have learned today. So you might miss that, right? So make sure you are good at listening. Only when you listen, you'll be able to improve your communication. So that is very important. Then empathizing the moment. For example, I am talking to you and I am conveying the message that these are the important aspects that are involved in effective communication. When you involve psychologically, it's not empathizing empathy and sympathy, but empathizing in communication is very important. That is, you involve yourself. When Saujanya can speak or give lecture on communication, why cannot why can't I try, right? That is empathizing. Only when you feel like trying something, you have empathized it and you will start learning, right? Then focus on the solution. We have been learning this formal grammar training from our schooling, right? For example, a and the articles. But still, why do we face difficulty while applying the same articles when we are communicating? So that is the biggest question. That is because either you're not taught properly, or you haven't attended the class properly, or you haven't listened to the class properly. So focus on the solution. Okay, there are so many prepositions that are miscommunicated, okay, that are miscommunicated. Most of people I've heard saying I am on phone, which is I am over phone, right? So why is it over and why is it on? Understand and focus on the solution. That is very important. So when you're learning a new language, make sure you learn that language well, because it's completely different for you and it is foreign to you, right? So make communication a priority. Once you decide that I will learn French, once you decide I will improve my communication skills, take any good course in that, or nowadays you need not take course also. You can just click on YouTube and you will find so many people talking about communication. So once you decide to do something, make sure that you prioritize what you are learning. That is very, very important, right? Focus is very important when you're learning something new. Then handle conflict immediately is the barriers in communication. You have to handle them carefully. No matter, at times we all fail. Even for me, English is a second language. It's not like I am born and brought up with English. I might make mistakes. I do make mistakes while communicating. It's just that we listen to the language often. It's just that I teach the language, probably 2-3% I might be better than you people. That's all. So you should know how to handle the conflict when you have miscommunication. Okay, try to rectify it immediately. Don't get depressed. Don't get depressed, or I couldn't speak well in the class today, I couldn't do well in the competition. It's okay. There are many situations even where we haven't got the prizes. So you should know how to handle the conflict. So remember, soft skills are completely psychological. The more you involve yourself in learning, the more it will fetch you knowledge. Okay, it is not just like common degree that we get it from university, college, or whatever it is. Okay, what do you
Excuse
mean by? Yeah.
ma'am, can you make
Yes.
it a slideshow? So
So it becomes fast, I guess, so that I won't be able to
No.
pinpoint things.
It's okay. It's okay. However you're comfortable. It's okay.
Yeah, that's fine for me, not an issue. Okay. So, what do you mean by being an effective communicator? Is whatever the message you give, the receiver has to take it in a same way. Okay, so there shouldn't be a disturbance or miscommunication. I'll be telling you, these days we use lots of jargons, right? ASAP. What do you mean by that? As soon as possible. I might not I might not know the full form of that. So make sure the opposite person who is talking to you also knows the abbreviation or the full form of ASAP. People say DM, direct message. So what do we mean by that? So make sure your English might be very high-fi, but make sure the other person is also in that position to understand your jargons. So that is also the thing that I have observed these days. Like people use those things and they feel that the other person has also understood it. No, it might not be the fact, right? So your intent, your purpose, and the reward, that is your concept, and how do you put it, and how does the person take it matters a lot. Okay. So now, the speaking ability is divided into three categories. The first is how do you look? Okay, 55% is given to the looks. Looks might not be like you have to apply lipstick, makeup, and all that, but you should dress well. You should be presentable. Okay, that is very, very important. People have forgotten. Okay, it's a digital platform. It's okay. However, we can present. No, you have to be neat and tidy when you're presenting something. The others will, it will definitely give an impression on others. Okay, it's given 55%. And how you sound, what do you talk, what is your content, how do you deliver it, that is also very important. Sound can be your variations, pitching, all that is also very important. And what you say, okay, what you say, no matter you might be theoretically perfect, but if you are unable to communicate that, then you have lost 7% of your communication. So your looks definitely matters. What do you mean by looks? Like you have to be presentable, good dress while talking to someone, and you have to sound well, or your tone, intonation, all those modulation. When I'm talking something like questioning, interrogation, how do you punctuate the question and all that. So what you say is the content. Okay, I might be ready with the full PPT thing and all, but if I'm not able to, for example, let me take an instance where you keep reading an author and he or she is your favorite author, one of your favorite authors, and you get an opportunity to attend their gathering or a ceremony where you're so much excited to meet the person, and then you go there. As far as his or her writing is concerned, they are excellent, but the same person, if he or she fails to communicate, what impression you will have is like, he might be a good writer, or she might be a good writer, but they fail to express something well. Make sure the same way you convey it. Okay, am I audible?
Yes, Sojanya.
Am I audible? Okay.
Yes, Sojanya.
Yes, ma'am.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So now, apart from talking, speaking, right, involving yourself, there are so many things involved when it comes to non-verbal communication. So is it possible to communicate without words? Definitely, right? There are best example is eye contact. If somebody is telling you something and you behave as though you're not interested, it's visible, right? Your gestures, okay, how do you sit? How do you manage to talk to others? How do you pose? Okay, if at all, you all will be ready after your sixth semester to give interviews and all that. And when you are ready to give interviews, make sure you are also ready with your communication and non-verbal communication. Just dressing well and wearing good perfume doesn't work. Like, how do you stand? how confident are you? You should never put your hands in pocket and stand. Okay, that all matters, right? If you put pockets in hands, it's like you're nervous. Okay, if you fold your hands and stand, then it's also means that you're not confident enough to face the interview. It's just like, be very casual, and even if they do not ask you to sit, make sure you just ask them, like, can I sit? It's okay. There's no wrong, or they won't call you as an ill-mannered person. Okay, so these are the confident level you have to maintain. So gestures, eye contact, personal space. Okay, I'm sorry to say that I'm a true Indian, but I have seen few people doing this, like they're sort of mannerless people where they just come and sit next to you, not even asking your permission. So space is very, very important, and it plays a very vital role as a non-verbal skill. Okay, Western people are more meticulous and systematic when it comes to this nonverbal communication and manners are concerned. Okay, we have to get trained in these things. Then postures, I told you, keeping hands in your pockets and standing in a very, as though you're not interested in giving interview, or probably you are called very late and you have lost all the energy. So don't be like that. No matter you click in the interview, you don't get the job, just make sure you're confident. It's not just about the job or interview. Wherever you go, make sure you are felt special among the crowd. Okay, then dear, can you mute yourself? Yes. So facial expressions, I told you, make sure you listen to others, or be confident when you're talking to others. When somebody is telling you something, even though you're not interested. Okay, not all the classes, even we have enjoyed, especially mathematics. I have hated the subject, but still, when we had mathematics teacher in the class, it's just the respect that we have to pay to the teacher, that she or he is teaching something. Okay, so make sure you're not angry all the time, or not interested sort of tone. Make sure you're confident, and your facial expression should be brighter, so that others will feel confident. Okay, physical contact, this is very, very important. Most of us do not understand that we are in different groups and situations, right? We take our colleagues also for granted, and friends also for granted, principal also for granted at times, and we don't wish them at times, or you behave as though you're at home or among your cousins. So don't do that. You should categorize that, where am I, right? At present I am with my friends, just chill. If you're not with your friends, or not all colleagues can become friends. Sometimes they are very professional. So you can't take your friend, colleague, and colleague for granted and talk to them the same way, or keep the physical distance in a same way. Right? So these are few things that you have to understand. So the more deeper we go, the more you will understand how to follow. That's why I told you, definitely it's purely psychological. Okay, if I've taught you the importance of physical contact, and you have learned it for 1 hour, and then after the session you might forget it, then the soft skill is lost, right? So that shouldn't happen. Okay. Body language, positive, and how your body language should be. Okay, so it should sync. Okay, it should sync with the situation. Okay, sitting in a very argumentative way, or in a very disturbed way, behaving as though you are very arrogant, and there is a group discussion going on, and you behave as though you know everything and supremely talented sort of, or you're annoyed. It's okay, people have opinions, let them be opinionated. You're also being opinionated. Then why can't you tolerate others talking, right? This happens in our country, that most of us do not tolerate each other's opinion. That's very bad. Just take their opinions and stand with your opinion. You need not be annoyed because they have different expression. Okay, so too much of being defensive, or too much of being arrogant, or too much being annoyed with every sort of opinion is not correct or good. It setbacks your personality development. and then getting irritated when somebody is talking, or being too much happy when there is a serious discussion going on and you keep laughing at every line they speak, or looking very confused. What are these people talking? Involve yourself in the discussion. Make sure you involve in the discussion where you are interested in, right? That is what our parents also have taught us. Make sure, take up the stream where you are interested. Don't blame the education system. It's just that you're not interested in the system or the education that you're doing. So make sure. Don't be confused in life. That's very important. And that's very important aspect in soft skills also. If you're too much confused, tomorrow, at your workplace, your team manager or also any, higher authority will send you a notice that you're not involving yourself in the work. Okay, don't be worried. That leads to depression, and make sure you keep your professional life very professional and your personal life very personal. So these are the things. No matter you're in degree or in PU, or you're ready to give job interviews, wherever, whichever stage you are in, these are very, very, very important. Okay, and do not take, yeah, so do not take, okay, so do not take every situation for granted. So postures matter a lot, facial expression, how do you shake your hands, then your presence in the discussion, how engaged are you, how active are you in listening, how much energetic you are in your career or whatever it is. So how passionate are you towards your job? Everything matters. Okay, so any doubts so far? Any doubts so far?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Okay. Are you all understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, great.
Yes,
Please ask me, please interrupt me if you have any doubts. I may be quite fast, so you can just stop me and ask me questions. Okay. So obstacles to good communication. Yes, dear. So what are the obstacles? Language differences. I might not know Hindi and you might not know Kannada. That is why English has become a global language, right? So no matter which language we speak at home, if you're very good in English, you can excel wherever you want. So that is very important. And I also told you jargons. Make sure the other person is also aware of the jargon that you have used. Okay. And gestures are very important. Semantics, that is word flow. Okay, the meaning of the words. If you use very solid words, and you might be an encyclopedia, not everybody, right? So it's okay if you use common words, but you have to be very good in communication. That is important. Nobody will judge you based on your vocabulary or encyclopedic knowledge. But then if you're able to communicate as it is, it's very, very impressive. Okay, that is more than enough. That is more than enough, right? But make sure you're not influenced by your mother tongue while communicating in English or any other. For example, since I have studied French is so musical. If you have to say good morning, they say bonjour. See, when I say good morning has a different sort of tone. And when I say bonjour, so bonjour has a different sort of accent or a tone. So make sure you learn the language as it is and do not get influenced by your mother tongue. That is very important. Okay. Do you all understand Kannada?
Yes, ma'am.
ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಫೋನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಫೋನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆನ್ ಫೋನ್. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಫೋನ್ ಆರ್ ಓವರ್ ಫೋನ್?
It's over phone, ma'am.
Over phone, right? But we forget that we are communicating in English and we use on. Yakandre we will be connecting the same preposition from our mother tongue to English. So never let that happen. Okay, English mataduvaga mistakes adru parvagilla, no problem. Okay, make sure you communicate only in English and do not have your mother tongue in head. Okay, then Non-verbal boundaries. Okay. Make sure you have clarity while communicating. Ivaga, when I'm talking about soft skills, I should be sure that I should talk about soft skills. I cannot get philosophy or any other language in between or any other subject in between. So you should have clarity of what you're talking about, right? Non-verbal boundaries. Many people do not understand the etiquettes or table manners. That's very important. Okay. People say, I am very desi and I will eat with my hands. You can't do that because you're a professional person. You can do that with your family, but not with your professional people. Okay, when all of your colleagues or all of your friends are out in a restaurant, if you start eating with your hands properly, it sounds weird. So don't do that. At home, absolutely. No, we all know that we all are desi only, but let that desi thing be at home. But try behaving professional when you're out. That is very important because it's a global word, right? Cultural differences. I am learning French. I'll give my own example as well as English, because there are few French zone countries where they consider English as the second language. So I'll be able to teach them English properly if I understand their language. So make sure you understand the cultural differences. Okay, ಇವಾಗ ಕನ್ನಡದವರಿಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಕಲಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಟು ಬಿ ಬೈಲಿಂಗ್ವಲ್. ಇವಾಗ ಹಿಂದಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಟು ನಾರ್ತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್, we should know minimal Hindi so that it's made sure that they also understand the language. So it's still not, we are not that developed where everything is spoken in English and everything is understood by the audience. So make sure you're bilingual so that others will understand it better. Okay. Then tone of message. Interrogation iruvaga, make sure you put it in an interrogative manner. If it is an answer form, be polite and ask it in an answer form only. Prejudices and biased thoughts, please don't judge anybody while communicating. This fellow doesn't know English, so he's not a good communicator at all, or it's waste to talk to him. Never do that. Okay, probably he or she might be very good in content or theoretically better than us. It's just that we can communicate, they might not be. Okay. And then distractions. Stop getting distracted or distracting others. That is very important while communicating. Whatever you're talking, make sure you talk about the subject. Okay. Ivaga accountancy ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು you can't give business studies example, right? So that is distraction only. You distract, like what is she talking about? What is he talking about? Okay, so these are few obstacles while communicating. Make sure you are you practice. Okay, you're don't be too noisy, don't be too loud, right? Actually we have word loud, right? ಇವಾಗ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಲೌಡ್ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳು, ತುಂಬಾ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳು ಅಂತಂಗೆ we say loud loudly. It is accepted also, but if you see the correct English of the usage of the word loud is loud, louder and loudest, and not loudly. But still we casually use it. So make sure you are aware of these things. Clarity, that is very important. What language I'm speaking and what are the things. Fastly, it's fast, faster and fastest. Fastly is Indianized. In fact, we do not have this actress, poetess. We have female actor and male actor, right? Do we have word writeress? We don't use that, right? Female writer, male writer. Same way, female poet, male poet, but few words are Indianized. Okay, so when you're in India, it's okay, but if you're talking to someone internationally, okay, make sure you're clear about the words that you're using. It's very, very important. And do not judge anybody while communicating. It will harm the communication. Okay. Yeah, so these are the 8 C's of communication. That is clarity, completeness, talk completely. Okay, don't finish it abruptly. Then be very careful. Consciousness is very important. What are you talking about? Then concreteness, base is very important. If you have to learn mathematics, you should have base. If you have to communicate in English, definitely you should have basics of grammar. Okay, definitely spoken is different from learning grammar. Adding to this, I would like to give an example. We use have, teaching grammar and usage of have in learning grammar was like possession, okay, or a time or tense, okay. But when you communicate, okay, you use have instead of so many verbs. For example, we say have a seat, right? Then would you like to have a glass of water? So have a seat, instead of using sit, we used have, right? Instead of drink, we used have. So make sure that the grammar that you have learned and how you apply it while communicating, definitely it needs a psychological effort. All right. So that is why psychologists say that make sure the child learns minimum 5 languages when he or she reaches 5, because their mind is very blank and you can put whatever you want, it learns. He or she learns. Okay. So that is how it is. Even animals communicate with non-verbal skills, at times verbal skills also. Okay, they have their own expressions. It's not like we human beings have this capacity. It's just we can think, and that is the disaster that has happened now. Okay, so these are 8 C's, 8 communications that you have to have. Consideration. Okay, try understanding others content. What are they trying to say? Correctness. If you have to correct yourself, don't be too egoistic in correcting yourself. Okay, it's okay even if you're wrong, make sure you correct. Be courteous. Okay, coherent. So you should have all these 8 C's while communicating. Then here comes the key component to improve your communication skills. I have told it in the beginning that active listening plays a very vital role in improving communication skills. The first is be attentive. If you have to, learn the language or learn the make the person confused. Okay, you should get the answers. So that way you have to question. Then ask probing questions is like you should get answers from them. Okay, make sure you're sure about your questions. Okay. Okay. Then request clarification. You should always be having a requesting tone when you are clarifying something. That is why we have one unit or component in grammar. They are called as modal verbs. All right. Why do we use can, could, would, should, must? So that we can be sober in asking and giving response. So everything you can connect, the grammar that you have learned and the soft skills that you're planning to improve, everything is connected. Okay. Then paraphrase. Make sure you ask the question first, and then if you have anything to ask, then second. Do not ask everything together and make the person who is answering, don't get him or her in confusion state. Be tuned and be tuned to and reflect feelings. Make sure you don't hurt anybody while communicating. Okay, empathy is very important. I told you, you have to involve yourself while communicating so that you understand the other person's communication also. Okay, so make sure you don't say that I'm a very straightforward person and this is how I talk. Never be like that. It's okay, you're a straightforward person, but make sure the other person who is listening to you is straightforward or sensitive. That sensitivity we should be having. Then summarize whatever you're talking about. Make sure you have clarity and you summarize it. Right? When I started with communication, I should be aware that I should summarize it in a very proper way. So learning soft skills is not just getting the certification. I'm telling it again and again. It is psychological. You have to invest emotions also. Okay. We have lots of things to add, but today, since it's just a webinar, I'm talking about communication. But soft skills has a lot of components. Like one is communication that we are dealing with now. The other one is leadership skills, in leadership skills, under the branch of leadership skills, we have so many, like stress management, time management, and we also have entrepreneurship qualities, and again, communication is one of the components, and critical thinking and image management. Image management is very, very, very important. If possible, I'll try talking about that. Okay, so these are the things that are involved in active listening. Okay, how do you improve your communication skills in that particular language? First is stop getting influenced by your mother tongue. Okay, kannadadalli ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ಅದನ್ನೇ English ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡಿ, very wrong. And then articulation, make sure, that's why I told you, join any course, or you can see YouTube channels where they give lots of lectures on articulation, how to improve. Okay, the basic thing is pronunciation of that, sir, sure, right? So most of us have this problem. And while learning language, make sure there are silent words like sachet. It's not sachet, right? Sachet. So same has in French also, lots of silent words, and they have lots of accents and all that. Okay, so every language is complex. You understand the rules and regulations of that. ಇವಾಗ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವರ್ಬ್ ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಬಟ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗಾಗಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ವರ್ಬ್, ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಐ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇನ್ college, right? So I work college, so it has to be meticulously structured and put. So then only you can improve your communication. If you have to improve it more, you can use tongue twisters also. I have few, I can share it with Imran later, he can help you out. So there are few tongue twisters that will help you to twist your tongue and understand the sounds, the consonant sounds, vowel sounds. Okay, we are taught from schooling that any word that starts with A, E, I, O, U, you have to use an, which is wrong, right? Are you all aware of this, guys?
Yes,
Are you all aware of the fact that sound, vowel sound is important and not the letter? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. We are
For
aware.
example, very good. For example, I would like to give an example for you people. Let's see. She is dash European. Which article do you use? Can anybody answer? A or an?
An, ma'am.
Yes, Eliza. Eliza
An,
has
ma'am.
raised her
An.
hand. Wrong.
She's an.
Mhm.
An
A,
European.
ma'am.
She's
Oh,
a European,
A,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
She is a European.
Okay.
It sounds
to add
you.
to this, yes, very good. Who is that? Eliza? Are you the one?
No, ma'am, it's me, Anuradha.
Anu, very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now the same, the one more example I would like to give is, he is dash engineer. The letter is same. What article do you use here?
And
An.
Why?
because it is
Just
E.
because of the sound.
The sound of the
E, ma'am.
letter E
Letter
is
is
E,
E.
which is a vowel sound, whereas European U is a consonant sound, right? So though the letter, like for example, university and umbrella, right? There is an umbrella and it is a university. Though the letters are same, the sounds of the letter matters a lot. So make sure you learn these things. Definitely you can improve your communication in English. Okay. Do you know the fact that Kannada grammar is very, very difficult than any other language? Okay, we have Sandhi, Samasa, Guru, Lagu. Oh my God, it was almost like mathematics for me to understand Kannada grammar. And it is also psychologically said that if you are very good in your own mother tongue grammar, if you're very good in your own language, then you can learn any language. Okay, so make sure you're good at your grammar, like Kannada grammar, Hindi grammar, so that you can understand the other language also, better. So how to be more articulate? Expand your vocabulary. Make sure you learn different words every day. Keep a goal. Goal setting is also one of the soft skills component. Okay. So goal setting is very, very important when you're learning something new. Okay. So make sure you have a goal. Okay. Learn English in 30 days. Okay. Let us not learn like foreigners, but Indians are also no less good speakers, right? We are very good speakers, and so you should have a goal that I will expand vocabulary. How? Every day I will learn 15 new words, 10 new words, and make sure when you learn those 10 words, you frame sentences, with those words. Okay, so this should be your goal setting. Like, I will improve my communication in English in 30 days. How? Goal setting. You should have timetable. You listen to YouTube channel and start learning from scratch. No problem. Start learning from parts of speech. Okay, most of us do not know where to apply preposition correctly, and what is an adjective, what is an adverb. We do not know that. So it's okay if you start from basic, even if you're in final year also. Okay, remove distraction words. I've told it before. Okay, enunciate is understand and understand the sound of the word. Okay, NCC, he is dash NCC officer. Even though the letter is N, but the sound is F, so it is an, right? So you understand the sound of the letter, not the word, letter. Okay, voice modulation. You might be understanding like, how do I modulate it now? Like, a trainer has to understand. If at all in future you want to be a trainer, no matter what trainer you will be, okay, you can be a stand-up comedian also, where voice modulation is very, very important. If you put your jokes in a very like in a very sad way, or not interested way, or not in mood way, then nobody will laugh at your jokes. Okay, your joke should be very relevant, and your voice modulation, articulation is very important. Make sure your thoughts are structured. Okay, if I'm talking about soft skills, I should stick to soft skills, and I can speak about the components of that. Then remove distraction words like, see, this you can't, because for all of us, English is a foreign language. So I would like to suggest, okay, even I do that. I use lots of like in between. Probably we'll be waiting for the thought flow or word. Okay, so Adarsh too. Okay, make sure you reduce using these distraction words, like, so, but. All these words do not sound good if you use it more often. Okay, it's okay. It's also fancy to use these words, in between. You can take rest and think about what you want to talk, but do not use it too much. Okay, keep a journal, keep a track on how you're learning, what is your learning procedure. Record, make sure there is someone to help you. Okay, trust, right? Develop trust is very important while communicating. So make sure you have a very good friend or your sibling who can help you while using this. Okay, you can tell your friends like, see, if I use too much okay, like, so, tell me, stop me in between. So do that. Keep a track of your learning. Okay, try and become more self-aware. You should be self-awareness is also again one of the components of soft skills. Okay, then virtual learning, 5 ways to this is not that important for you people. Okay, how do you read the room? How do you understand the room? Okay, when I'm given more than 250 students, I should be able to talk to them. Room is the space, the audience. That is very important. If I'm talking to 5 people, my message conveying will be different, and talking to you people, to 50 people. Okay, so make sure, position yourself for success, aim yourself towards success, visualize content, even if you forget everything. Okay, today I have prepared these PPTs, with the grace of God, I could be able to able to see these PPTs, present these PPTs. if at all, since it's technology, and if there was any technological hitch or error, I had to deliver the content without seeing these PPTs. Make sure you are ready for that also. Okay, so everything should be in mind. These are for your reference or to give it to others' reference. Okay, so the art of virtual delivery, whatever we are doing it now, right? Make sure you make students feel that they are in classroom. Okay, that's very important. Avoid droning, like stop showing as though you're disinterested, or you giving, the one who is giving lecture or presentation should be aware of this fact. Okay, practice is very, very, very essential. Okay, practice plays a very vital role while not improving communication. So these are some important components that I wanted to discuss and put before you, so that there are so many things to discuss in soft skills. Okay, soft skill is very wide, and hard skills can be you can get the hard skills, because I told you, you can get it, that they are like certifications. Even though I am a certified soft skill trainer, it depends on me that how will I apply these components in my life. Only, I'm also an NLP trainer, like neuro linguistic programmer. So until and unless I apply those techniques, I apply those components, I practice the techniques that I've learned from my trainer, I might not be able to tell you with so much of confidence. So everything needs a psychological interest and emotional investment, especially when you are learning soft skills. So make sure you take things very seriously. If you're really interested in improving your communication skills, these are the important things that you have to add into your calendar timetable. And I believe you all will do that. I'm sure that you will all learn any language with the help of communication skills. So I'm done for the day. If you have any doubts, please ask students or any faculties as well. I hope it was benefiting.
Yes, Saujanya, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that amazing presentation. We as teachers, both you, I, as well as the other faculty members who have joined us today for this webinar, and including students, I also speak on behalf of the students. Most of the students who come from rural backgrounds, who did not have the kind of education that most of us did have, they lack some, what the problems you just said regarding articulation, pronunciation, enunciation. So what is your way, or what do you suggest of how they can improve and to speak confidently? And at least I'm not going to say that they have to speak the correct English, but at least a presentable English.
They'll be able to communicate. Yeah,
that's my question.
What I know. That's what I was telling them. It's okay even if you're in final year or in masters, no matter. If you feel that you have to start it from scratch, learn the basics of the language first. That is very, very important before you apply apply the structure of learning to communication. You have to know the basics of the language. As I told you, knowing the articles, prepositions, right? When do we use on and in while commuting, right? If you're moving, if you're able to move while commuting, then we say I am on bus or on train. But if you're not able to move, like you're in car, then you say I am in car. So these are the basic things that they have to start with. Okay, parvagila ಅವ್ರ ಕನ್ನಡನೇ ಮದರ್ ಟಂಗ್ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಹಿಂದಿನೇ ಮದರ್ ಟಂಗ್ ಇರ್ಲಿ, it's okay, but start learning language, new language from scratch. Parts of speech in the start ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ. Let them take up a course, very good course, or stick to YouTube channels only, but they should make sure that they are tuned to it. Okay, goal setting, I told you, goal setting is very important, that anybody can learn any language. For example, I would like to give instance of Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. Okay, it seems he was asked in a conference to communicate communicate in English, but he was not able to, and he started. Then the what do you call, the confidence or whatever was. Am I audible? Because it's
Yes, Sajana, please.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
please go ahead.
okay, and the conference was called. And then after 2 days, he made sure that he spoke in English same way, the Westerners speak. So that is the confidence level. That is the ability to learn the language, right? So this is to all rural students or urban students, whoever it is. If you are willing to learn, make sure you have a strategy to it. Make sure you have a timetable and understand the depth of the language. Because I learned French at the age of 29 with so much of responsibilities. Okay, but I was able to learn because I made sure every day 1 hour I gave it for French, and I'm sure that I was sure that I'll be able to communicate in French. Okay, and today I'm in a position where I can teach the basics of French. So you are still single, you are still bachelors, you have still lots of time to learn so many things. Get the benefit of that.
Okay, thank you, Sajana. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
So anything from
Thank-
students? Do you have?
Ma'am, excuse me, I
Yes,
have a
who is it?
question. Yeah, Sangamesh here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, in this current situation wherein everybody are adopted to these new technologies, but yet how important it is
Right.
to have a dictionary, means hard copy of a dictionary and try to learn new words or get the meaning of it. How important it is. I know we'll get all those things in mobile, but still how important it is to follow the conventional methods also to
Yes,
learn a
yes.
language,
It's
any
very
language for that matter.
important. It's very important to be conventional because books have their own flavor of learning, right? So no matter you have Kindle, no matter what you learn from laptop, but if you hold a book and stick to it, it gives a different sort of pleasure. The same with the dictionary also. I have so many French apps. Okay, I keep listening to it, but still I ordered for French grammar and started solving the grammar in the book. Okay, so no matter how technological friendly we have become, no matter how acquainted we have become with the technology, but usage of books plays a very important aspect in learning new language, sir. So buy books, read them. I have bought short story books. In French language, I got it from Amazon. I started learning. I started reading short stories and solving grammar in the book. When more than listening to the app, I felt this was convenient in learning the language. Okay, so being traditional ways definitely help us. It's just like it might be funny, but let me tell you, like, we Indians are so traditional, and we denied the fact that the moment you come from a different place, or if you have gone out and you're coming back home, if you see our ancestors or our elders, they used to keep the matkas, water outside so that we clean our legs, hands, wash our hands and get in. People used to make fun of that. But now, due to Corona, we are following everything. We wash our hands simultaneously. When we get in, we sanitize our hands. We keep washing our hands often, right? We are the ones who made fun of the same traditions, and now all of us, irrespective of caste, community, everything, we are doing that, right? So it's the same way that
Exactly.
traditional way of learning will always help us, in learning something new.
Exactly, because nowadays I really feel that students are not so friendly with books rather than this mobiles or any electronic gadgets. So I feel this is very important,
It's
at
very
least
important, sir.
in the beginning days, to have these hard copies and you study them, read them, look at them at least every day. Thank you,
I
ma'am.
at
Thank you
least
so
do
much.
not mind. I at least
Yeah.
do not mind if I've given my book to someone. I don't mind asking it back. Like, did you finish reading it? Please give it. Because there are so many books, like it's gone.
It's a
Okay, so I
property.
don't mind. Yeah,
It's a
I
property
have
for us
faith.
now.
Yes, it is a property. That is very important. And if you remember, I'm sure that your parents would have told, like, until and unless you finish your degree, do not give your books to others. That is the traditional mindset we have, but that is true, because you should feel the belongingness with a book, right? Only then you'll be able to learn something new, and you can connect emotionally. So emotional investment plays a very vital role in learning something new.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Hope I have justified your questions.
Yeah. Really, very opt.
Yeah.
Anything
Okay,
else?
Anu. So
Okay,
Jana,
sir.
I don't think we have any more questions
Oh,
now.
okay, done.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Thank
Anu,
you,
yeah,
ma'am.
you can go ahead. Yeah.
Sir.
you,
Thank
Anu.
you, ma'am, for encouraging us. Thank you, ma'am. It's really helped us very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, now it's a
Thank you,
time
ma'am.
to conclude today's webinar, ma'am. I request to Professor M.M. Sutar, sir, to present the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you for your feedback.
So, may I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Hello?
Yes, Sudha, sir, you're audible, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone, to one and all present here. Honorable Chief Guest, Mrs. Saujanya Diwan, Madam, respected Principal C.S.L. Patil, sir, IQAC Coordinator, CUG Petkar, sir, and all the participants. I feel it is a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. First and foremost, I extend my gratitude to our honorable resource person, Mrs. Saujanya Diwan, ma'am, Certified Soft Skill Trainer and HOD, Department of English, SSMRV College, Bengaluru, who despite her busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion and giving us valuable information about soft skills. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you so much, sir.
I am special thankful to our beloved principal, CSL. Thank you. I am special thankful to our beloved principal, CSL Patil sir, for their stewardship support, vision, and commitment. Thank you, sir. I'm also thankful to IQAC coordinator, CUG Petkar sir, for their kind presence. I must thankful to Professor Sangmesh sir and Maruti sir for their technical support. I'm also thankful to our staff members for their cooperation to make this webinar successful. Last but not least, I'm very much thankful to participants who made this webinar a great success. Thank you everyone once again for making it a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Over to
Imran, Professor Imran, Principal Sir, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Saujanya. Thank you so much.
Sweet, ma'am.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Who is that?
Your
The
students
sweet
are
girl?
very lucky to have
Who
you.
is it? Arre bapre.
Ma'am, your
Okay.
students are very lucky to have you as your teacher.
Thank you.
Farin
So who is
Sanjana.
it? Is it Anu or who is?
I
No,
think that
ma'am.
was,
It's very
No,
yeah,
ma'am, it's
yeah,
Farin.
yeah,
It's
Anu, yeah.
Fareen. Okay. Thank you, dear Fareen.
Thank you,
Very
ma'am.
sweet of you.
Okay. Thank you, Saujanya. What Sutar sir said,